Welcome to the you, me, we, the THEE, center of light. Clarity is afoot, y'all. Center of light. Wow, how delicious and gorgeous is that? Tonight we're speaking about reflection. Miracles or mirror calls? Miracles or the mirror calls? Check this out. Miracle or mirror call? Speaking of call,
access granted.
Go where no man has gone before.
it all applies. Center of light, miracle or mirror call. There's a lot happening. A lot. We're not going to get into the politics of the happening because that's not really what's happening. What is happening, truthfully, in the most beautiful, powerful way is you. You. I know the intensity it has. I live it every day, just like you. It pulls you in because it's important until it no longer becomes important. It doesn't mean that you have no compassion and or tossing away your humanity. It's a tossing away of the nonsense of humanity and stepping into the spirit so that when we are clear, we can actually hear the it of when to step in and when to step out. If you don't believe me, go to your Facebook stream. It will be very extreme. We're going to talk a lot about that in a spiritual way versus a political, something serious happening in the world way. Not to trivialize the seriousness that is happening in the world, but it's to emphasize the realness of what is happening within me, what's happening in you, we, the. There's a lot of noise. Beautiful noise, actually. Noise sounds like a negative word. Can be. Hence the word noise. My mother used to call Def Leppard noise. To me, it was delicious and gorgeous. I made my own stereo speaker system. I took 4 shoe boxes and put 4 speakers in them and put them on the wall. And I used to play the album High and Dry. In the good old days. Dana knows what I'm talking about. High and dry. Well, sometimes the world, ironically, poetically, metaphorically, analogously, can leave us high and dry. It depends on how much we're willing to hang ourselves. Jeffrey Epstein, hello. So tonight we're speaking about center of light reflection. Miracle or mirror call. Is the balance between my voice and the music okay? Everybody hear everything good? I just got all of my, listen to this, y'all. I got all of my recording studio stuff finished today. So now I'm going to start spitting out music. Some of it's going to be with some of the talks I have here, snippets of it, ambient music, droning, enigma, meditation kind of stuff. My son is playing guitar now. He's made 15 years old as of day before yesterday. In fact, I got a surprise. The surprise is for me. Listen to this. Thank you, Gail. Hello, Jody. Jody cray cray. So I got a surprise. I was going through some of my computer folders today, and I found a song that I recorded with my baby mama many years ago. In fact, my son's birthday was day before yesterday. He was 6 months. How does that synchronicity just happen to fall into my juicy lap? So I'm going to play that song when I go to Lavender Soul song commercial break. I found this song that I recorded with my son's mother. She could sing. She had this pure voice. Sounds like Madonna-esque-ish. But I decided I don't want to hear the song today. I want it to be fresh for me, like it's going to be fresh for you. Because it's been many, many years since I heard it. I'm not sure if I'm going to re-record this because now I have my studio up and running. I don't think I should. It was pure in its form and in its essence. It's called, of course, if you know me, it's called Heaven. I'm going to update the slideshow. There's going to be some images of my son from a young boy, very young boy, toddler, to some of his progressive years. Tonight is Center of Light Reflection. Miracle or mirror call. Let me acknowledge all of my beautiful, sexy tribe who's here. Dana Trottle's up here. She needs to go shopping. Krista Huggins. Hi, Krista. Krista, I'm watching, if that means anything. Not that I'm anybody important or special, but you are special to me and I'm watching. And I think it's awesome. Hi, Wendy. Anna Yoga. Everyone, Anna Yoga is a phenomenal, no joke, she is a phenomenal reader. Phenomenal. I strongly advise you to go to her page. She does some freebies here and there. It's not about that. Freebie or not, if you're lucky to get a freebie, good for you. If not, you're getting a freebie because what she's going to offer you is a greater capacity of guidance. I believe in her. Anna, I do want to get you in Center of Light Radio if that's something that you're interested in. Hello, Sana, Gail, Becky. Oh my God, I'm inundated with ladies. And my sister Ann Sermons Gillis, when I first got on my spiritual walk many years ago, she says, no way, he cannot be 15, impossible. Well, thank you, Ann Sermons Gillis. I love the realm of the impossible. But my son is now 15 years old. Let me make a couple adjustments. We're going to get down to some beeswax. Something has shifted. My face is waxy. I don't want a waxy face. I'm teasing. So it's good to see you folks. What I want to share with you, what I want to share in my time with you, is something, if you can imagine someone who is tinkering with a car, because they're somewhat good at tinkering with a car. Or you can go to a mechanic who goes beyond the tinkering. He can tell you, this is the deal. It sounds like a Keith moment. Okay, take it how you want. This is the deal. I am that mechanic. I am that spiritual mechanic. In fact, I even thought about, Dana, I think you would have loved this just for the sake, not because of me or anybody else, but the sake of the idea and the story about this, or anyone, is a creation of a book called The Spiritual Mechanic. And I've been thinking about this off and on for years. Many years ago, it was pretty important to me, which is a mechanic who is so good at what he does. He's a spiritual mechanic. And he begins to fix someone's broken, classic, soon to be refurbished, reborn, rebirth, spiritual for hot rod, right? And the person who owned the hot rod asked the spiritual master mechanic, how do you do what you do? It looks so effortless. And he begins to explain as the teacher to the student, well, since you asked, if your rear view mirror in your car is always just not right after a period of seasons, what is it you are so afraid of that's behind you? What still behind you has such a hold on you that you're willing to not look at it? And if your car always veers to the right because your steering, your guidance is out of alignment, you always find your car every year leaning to the right. Why not to the left? Sort of idea. And so the spiritual mechanic begins to express all these different aspects of the car, which is a vehicle, which we know this to be a vehicle for the driver who is driving your car. Jesus, take the wheel. But that was my idea for a book. It's still possible. But I am very much looking forward to starting to record music. I even had the conversation with my son's my baby's mom 2 nights ago. I just found this. Would you like to? She said, and I ordered some new recording gear. She said, I would love to. That's a healing moment for me. Something I've been wanting for years. Not really wanting, but a wanting. I would like that for myself, my son, and her. Everyone involved, because myself, my son, and her, that's a trinity. And beyond the trinity becomes a now what? So now what? I'm going to take a short pause. Going to be right back. Let's see who's here. My brother Randy Mike Field. I've been watching you post, dude. I saw that you posted a Styx album, Borrowed Time. Is that what it was? What's up, Roots? Beth. Ashke. Steve Stone. Hi. Becky. Krista. Gail. Sana. Jody. Danielle. Dana. Dana's all about the balance. Let's see who's here on YouTube. What's Rena? What's up, Rena? She's on YouTube. Hi. All right, so I'm going to take a short pause. I want to play you this brand new discovery for me. I remember this actual incident, experience. One night, my baby mama and I were hanging out doing nothing. She said, Keith, why don't you open up your recording studio? This was in 99, 2000. Back when technology was that which it was. So I created this drum beat and this keyboard thing. And I said, here's my idea. And she started to write lyrics. And she would say, I'm stuck. I said, no, you're not. And I said, I'm going to show you. I am your mirror. Tonight's presentation. I am creating this in this moment. This is not fabricated. This is how everything becomes so cyclical when you tap into the language. So tonight's presentation is reflection, self-to-self reflection, miracle or mirror call. So when Kimmy and I were looking to write a song, when she says out of nowhere, and she did some karaoke singing, she was quite good. And you will hear it. She sounds like Madonna, but it's very pure. And she started to sing. I was like, wow, this is pretty magical, pretty powerful. And so I realized I'm not going to monkey with it. I'm not going to re-record it. There's no reason to re-record it. So she and I began to write lyrics, and she said, I'm kind of stuck. And I said, no, you're not, because I am your baby daddy. I'm your mirror or your miracle. I'm your miracle or your miracle. Either way, we're going to get to what's happening in the world today. But I want to play you this song. We sat up for like 3 or 4 hours, late night, smoking, drinking, stanking, just having a beautiful time with each other. This is the song that came out of it, and I want to share it with you. And I'm going to hear it for the first time in many, many years. I want to acknowledge Vicky Lynn. Hi, Vicky. This is Kimmy, my son, Mama, singing. Check it out.
What I offer up before me, and I began to weep, walking through the doorway. Now within my sight, I stand before the everlasting light, the everlasting light. Thank you for the joy you've given me. You've given me the vision so that I may see, 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 so that I may see. Things I've never dreamed before surprise me from the other shore. In your light is where I want to be. It's where I want to be. Oh yeah, it's where I want to be.
Welcome back to Center of Light. Good to see you tonight. We're speaking about center of light reflection, direction, affection, infection, introspection. Where are you? The world is really noisy. Tonight is miracle or miracle. And guess what? They are no different. They are exactly the same. Hi, Beth. My brother Robert. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world right now. Lots. So what I want to invite you to do is to play the game. Play the game. Truly play the game. Play the game, play the game, play the game, play the game. It's Queen. Queen, royalty. The world is a noisy place. So what do I do? Because I am concerned, because I care. Good. So when does our concern in caring in one way become detrimental in another? If you want, you could do it now. I'll jack around for 30 seconds. Just get in your own, or whatever. Get in your own wall, your own feed right now, and look. Look good. Don't look so close. You lose yourself, because that's the problem. Look good. Good looking son bitch. But back off. After you look closely enough, back off and look again. Look with a softer gaze. And between the that and the that, you will find the this. This is integral, no matter where you learn it from or who, This is so integral and so true that it penetrates the core of everything that you are, between everything that's above, everything that's below, everything that was, is now, and or will ever be. That is the place that is beckoning your call. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. Hope you had a good day. The place that is beckoning your call right now. This is a clarion call. But some people don't want to shake. I said I wasn't going to say it, and I'm not going to say it. The situation that I've called in a recent presentation as the C, the big C19. I understand that something has happened. Whether it's still happening or not, I don't know. I don't know for sure what is the it of the causation that's causing people to die. I'm not trivializing it, trust me. I don't want people to die. Just like what's happening currently. No one wants that one person to die. But it is happening all across the board, all across the slate. That which is less or that which is great. It's happening. Your best ploy is to listen very carefully. I don't mean with your ears, but listen with your ears. Use that as the first level of your channel, of this vessel that's channeling to you something that you need to hear. We all need to hear. In fact, the vessel needs to hear it himself, which is when you invest yourself, so much so that you lose yourself, nothing beneficial can ever come from it. Let me say that again. When you invest yourself, so much so that you lose yourself, nothing worth anything can ever come from it. Now what? I get it. My heart hurts like yours. My groin hurts like yours. I've been kicked in the spiritual groin. You've been punched or hit in your spiritual boobs, in your throat, in your abdomen, in your solar plexus. It hurts. Now what? Do you stay in the hurt? Or do you stay in the one that is the leader in the way out, rather the way in? Because in is truly the way out. When you get a moment tonight, after you listen to this presentation, just go to your wall. Say, I'm going to go to my stream, not wall, but stream. I'm going to go to my stream, into the conscious. Listen to this. This is very integral and important. I'm going to go to my stream, my face, that which we identify ourselves with. Book, a story. I'm vesseling this. My Facebook stream. I'm going to go to my face, which I identify myself as, because I can prove it to you every time I look in the mirror. This is what I look like. Book, story. The story that is being told or being had right now, trying to actually, you know what? That's not true. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to the doubt that that's not true at all. You're not being told a true story. You're just being told a story. Whether you choose to identify with your face, book, story, that this is truly the truth, makes it a fiction or a reality show. What is your reality? What is showing up for you? This is what I want to love you with, leave you with, though I'm not going to be going for a while, but something I want to leave you with. Love you and leave you. Make me breakfast, I'll tease you. Is the fire's going to get greater. What it's going to do is challenge you, me, we. Here is the game. I'm warning you, heeding you, loving you, touching you, sending you a love nugget. In it, truly trying to lure you. That's a great word. That actually is the right word. It's going to try to, it's not going to lure you, but it's going to try to lure you into biting the hook So you get pulled out of your comfortable spiritual ocean and into the boat to the people that want to cut you up and fry your ass. How you like that? Hello, Joey. Hello, Carolyn. Do you want to be a trout in doubt? Or do you want to be an absolute really big fish with the greatest wish? But Keith, this horrible thing just happened with this black man. Oh, trust me, I get it. I am so with it. There is karma involved. Is it possible? I'm just asking an open-ended question. Is it possible this person came here, this soul manifested itself here selfishly to say that I'm going to live this long? And Spirit says, are you willing to go down there to be human? Because there's a long line in queue to be a human. And everyone is willing to, any soul is willing to do anything to get a birth at human. Even if it's a stillbirth. You don't have to like what I'm telling you. I'm not trying to sell you anything. And all the souls in the universe say, please give me that chance. I've been waiting here for eons. But there is karma involved with the one that is truly in the spotlight right now. And there's karma involved with the other who did the said thing in the spotlight right now. And there are 3 others who are not as much in the spotlight. And we're all of us are in the spotlight about something that is happening in our individual world. Not the collective world, not in this moment. This is not about the collective world. Well, yeah, Keith, it's in the collective world because it's happening in the world. That's not what I'm talking about. This is about a miracle or a miracle. It's happening in your world right now. And in your world right now, we think it's the entire world. That is true, but it is not the truth. And the truth is, the more we open I'm not asking you to shut off your heart. I'm trying to find the words to share this depiction of what is coming, to where myself as a vessel, I'm trying to find the right words to describe this channel, this vessel. Every time the system, the bad people, who are our greatest spiritual teachers, so are they really bad people? Or are they our greatest spiritual teachers? So we begin to teeter-totter on that line. And that's a beautiful place to be. Beautiful place to be. So when we get tired, not tired, the wanting to stop teeter-tottering, we just say, I want to just be here. And that here looks like not what you think is happening outside. I've seen people in my stream today saying, I am so against the racism, which I love, that they're living at least on this level of a plateau. As above, so below, on forever it will go. They don't like racism. I love it. When push comes to shove it, they dovetail themselves down into a greater quandary because they're calling people libtards. These people who are doing a something are libtards. Racism has nothing to do with skin color. Nothing. Nothing to do with skin color. Because racism has to do with, I am separating myself from a group of people. Black, white, yellow, green, plaid, polka dot, checkerboard. It's a different form of racism, but it's still racism. So what I was going to ask you and bring to your heart earlier is, what's coming down the pike is taking different forms. It's very, don't kid yourself for a moment. It's very intelligent. And I don't mean the people in, quote, power. The puppet master. Whatever that source and wellspring, it's all God. So it is God, but it's the facade of God that we have been monkey muddled minded. And it's the monkey muddled minded that creates the illusion of the light that is inherent in everyone. So when we become the light itself, it begins to shine. But we're not there yet. Right now is absolute, in and out, without a doubt, prime time to use the leverage of what is happening in the world, not to blame and point finger. I want you to go look at some of the nonsense. I'm not talking about the difficulty and strife in some people's lives. I'm talking about the posting and the spinning and the opinions of people of what they think they are. I love opinions of people because opinions from people who care are truly like a bottle rocket that fires off into the universe that says, I care, and that is recognized. But it only gets recognized to the level of the consciousness that it is, and to the level of consciousness, unconsciousness that it is. The same bottle rocket fires off into universal consciousness with a whiz. That's the biz. So we are going to be challenged again and again and again. And I understand that you want those people that you care about to win, and to win. You have no choice in the matter, except one. Is to be your radiant, beautiful, brilliant, explosive, implosive, spontaneous human combustion that you're willing to explode in this conflagration of light, that in your death you will be reborn, is your only chance to save anyone around you. Chew on that stick of dynamite. How does it taste? Does it taste explosive? Then that's what it takes to save anyone. Save. No one's broken. No one's going to die. Ever. The world is getting loud. I've been saying this for years. January 31st. Excuse me, December 31st. I said tomorrow when you wake up, the world's going to change. Doesn't make me right. I am that spiritual mechanic. I fixed many cars. Put your key in. Try it now. So what I'm offering you, you don't have to listen to me. Listen to people, all people, who have something to offer beyond the knuckle-headed nonsense. Opinions are phenomenal. They are bottle rockets of desire to get greater into the fire, that which takes us higher. But if you truly want to aspire, there is something else beyond looting and protesting. And I'm not either one. And I'm not anti either one either. It's just a fact of the matter. And even those people, when I say those people, I'm not a racist. I'm using that as a way of describing when people, even in their, which could truly be an absolute right position, who can be on a true spiritual divine 10,000 sun effulgent mission, when they truly go, when the mission goes awry, is when they lose sight. They think it has to happen their way. And so we automatically categorize people to be a this or a that, and it has to be this way or that way. And I'm telling you, I am beseeching you, it's not the this and it's not the that. What else can it be? Exactly. I'm asking you, what else can it be? And until that becomes anchored forevermore within you, no one single solitary person will ever see anything that means anything. You can't see. You can see. You may have greater opportunity to see a little bit further because you got some glasses now, and your glasses, as you get, quote, older in age, to become decrepit and, quote, die, we strengthen the prescription a little more. Oh, I can see now. And then 5 years later, you go back to the eye doctor. Oh, I can see better now. Analogously, there is no difference in this situation that's happening in the world right now. So what I'm telling you is, there's going to be many upon many fishing lures thrown to you. I'm from South Louisiana. I know how to fish. I know what fishing is about. You put a bait. When there's lots of bait, you put a bigger bait. And when there's more bait, you put bigger baits. Because you want your lure to be bit. Well, your lure has been bit. It will always be bit. So you're going to have to constantly up your game to understand how you are being played, how you are truly being fished. This is not about blame, shame, or game to other people. You're the one with your pole in the water. Son or daughter. Chaos or order. Or you like what you're fishing for? I'm telling you, the world's going to get really loud. And the fishing lure is, it's going to pull your compassion. Listen to me. You know how compassionate you already are. So you don't have to prove it. Oh my God, I'm vesseling this. You know already how compassionate you and empathetic you already are. So you don't have to prove it to the world by engaging into the nonsense to say, let me validate you and myself by saying, this is how much I care. Do you dare to hear my words? Because mark my words, the system is so intelligent, it will screw with your head. I already know how compassionate I am. I don't have to prove it nor validate it to anyone or anything that's happening in the world, because my expression of being myself is enough. My expression of being myself is enough. I don't have to eke out, seek out, bleak out, meek out myself to prove nor validate to myself that I care about the world that's happening all around me. You can do that. But when the fishing lure has a bait that is so delicious and you bite onto the hook and you're pulled into the nonsense, your compassion is not compassion at all. It's irration. Being irrational. You can be compassionate and empathetic and, dear Lord, subtly, amazingly, infinitely powerful by just being, my life is blissful, peaceful, and I'm an anchor of light. It doesn't mean that I don't care. In fact, it means I care infinitely, because in this moment, for however long it took me, thousands upon thousands of years or eons of time, that finally I become illumined. I've done my work, which is now my spiritual infinite play. It can either be a miracle or the mirror that you are seeking to find as validation, as I just mentioned, of yourself, of looking outward about what's happening with the death of this beautiful person and the other people involved, the illnesses in the world. No one's trivializing this. I definitely not. I'm saying, no matter how we slice that pie, you have to eat it. Everyone's grandmother or mom said, eat everything, take all you want, but eat everything you take. We got to lie in the bed. We have been having spiritual sex with the wrong energies. And we've created many spiritual hybrid offspring. And it looks like nothing. We want to become the bastard. We want to become the dad. What's it called? You get it. The expression of baby daddy ain't around. That's not racist or prejudice or anything like that. That's just a fact of the matter of we don't like some of the things that we've created and birthed and brought forth. But I'm telling you, I'm selling you Not bullshit. It may sound like bullshit. It will sound like bullshit if you don't allow yourself to hear the spiritual nuggets that are being brought to you. But for those, it will sound like spiritual dynamite intelligence, wit, split-second action, which is, I need to take action. It's obvious that as I look around, I don't like things. How can spiritual beings be in their essence? Listen to me very carefully. How can spiritual beings be in their essence when the world is being torn asunder? When lightning is striking every freaking possible family there is? Hello, Katerina. Hello, Paulus. There's a storm happening. And guess what? We only got the very beginning of the cell of the storm. Sounds like doom and gloom? Okay, if that works for you, good. Now that I got your attention, it's not doom and gloom. The doom and gloom was only to get your attention. And now that it has been gotten, you can either sweeten your life or it can become one very quickly that is of rotten. You may think to yourself, well, Keith, I'm very spiritual. I'm really together. I share that sentiment with you. So I'm preaching to the choir. Something's coming. And it's going to be so heart-wrenching. It may seem something very yummy, but it will be something very dumbing down. And biting into it with all your compassion, truly because you are a light warrior as to why you're here. And because you do care, you have to be careful of what you are biting down on. It looks like a delicious, juicy apple. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. I get it. But is there a hook in that apple? You need to be careful. I don't know all of it yet. All I know is when Spirit moves through me and says, it says be careful. These entities, these energies, these synergies that are playing upon us, throwing us lure after lure after lure, they have no intention whatsoever to go anywhere. But they're going away. And they don't like it, and they know it. So they're going to do everything they have in their reserve to make sure that you reserve a seat in their reality and how they want to spin it. But if you are like me, you are definitely in it to win it. There's no other way to skin it. That cat, that is. Where is your focus and what is your biz? My heart hurts like yours. My heart loves like yours. I'm telling you, events are coming. It's not doom and gloom. It's loom and bloom. Because we have not been listening. So it either will become a miracle, as tonight has been called, it's either going to be, as tonight is titled, reflection, miracle, or miracle. So we're either going to see the miracle, or the miracle we can't see will be a miracle. And it will call to us, I am so right because I'm Republican. And the Democrats consistently prove it to me. And the libtards. Or Trump is a narcissist. This and that, this and that, and this and that. So who's right? You're right depending on what side of the fence you're on. And either one, whatever on side of the fence you're on, is always going to be in a space of defense. But man, if you come from South Louisiana, me, I'm on that side of defense. Carl gets it. Hi, Paulus. Arambulo Esquada. So, center of light, reflection. Miracle or miracle. I'm warning you because I love you. Not warning as in, oh my God, he's warning me. If that works for you, I got your attention. But I'm heeding you. I'm asking you to look at this. Look, 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 fucking look, look. Look, just simply look. The light is being revealed. It doesn't mean the dark is stifling the light unless you are dark one yourself, stifling your own light. Your greatest plight is to find yourself as the spectator of it all. I ask you to truly engage for a day, a week, as long as you need to engage yourself and milk that heart teat of yours. And when you're done with that, now what? When you're done with it, be done with it and take a step back. When the fear of my life left me in 1992, that changed my life as to why I went down the path of consciousness. It was the darkest night of the soul. And one thing in that level of consciousness for me was, she's got a new boyfriend. He's bigger than me because I'm 5'4". I'm a squirrel. And no confidence at that time in my life. Well, she's going to find someone better, more money, this and that, this and the other. So my spiritual mentor said, Keith, I invite you to spend a week of your life in meditation, visualization, that the girl you were with for 10 years actually found your greatest nightmare. He's physique, he's chiseled 10. He's got it going on. He's got the bling bling. He's got the Ferrari, all that. He says, I invite you to go watch that series. I said, bro, I thought you loved me. Are you serious? He said, oh, I'm absolutely serious. And because I want to change so much, if someone told me to eat dog shit only once, I would have done it for a week to make sure I'm truly done with it. That was the passion and the muster I had. So, because I knew who he was. He was truly a divine man. I would go to meditation. No, not meditation. Visualization. Imagine her doing just that. Tore me up. Tore me up. First night, it freaking rattled my cage. Second night, rattled my cage. Third night, rattled my cage. Fourth and fifth night, I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of used to this. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. Sixth night, I've seen this movie before. Seventh night, I've watched this episode of the Brady Bunch for many years. I just changed the channel. I was healed just like that. Just like that. Analogously, hi Amy Blanchard, my cousin. Carl Laperouse says, ha ha ha. I'm waiting for Carl to come on my radio show. I just called him out in front of y'all. Carl, good to see you, bro. Blessings to you and yours. So tonight we're speaking about center of light reflection. Miracle or miracle. A miracle is that which we call good. When that girl left me, that wasn't a miracle. That was a mirror call. In hindsight, as I sit with you in this moment, that was truly a miracle. So in this way, there is no more time to wait many years to get the aha and to have a reflection of the past to go, that wasn't a miracle, that was a miracle. Your time is done. My time is done. The time is done. So tomorrow, hello, the day after, next week, next month, next year, for at least 7 years, the fishing lure is going to go from fishing in South Louisiana to fishing in the inland outlet waters into the full-blown Gulf, to the full-blown ocean. So you need a bigger lure, bigger lure, bigger lure. And so these people and these factions and these fractions of truth, unconsciousness, are going to throw bigger and greater lures. Or you're going to be an unconscious fish. Trust me when I tell you, a shark may be unconscious because it's not aware of itself. It follows the primordial instincts. It does what it's supposed to do to be a shark. Human beings we have the opportunity to be aware of awareness. So as this fishing lure gets thrown out into the divine ocean, what are you going to bite on? I'm asking you, don't bite on anything. Nibble a little bit. This minnow, this shrimp tastes pretty good. Because it tastes good, it may not be good for me. Pull back. See what you're nibbling on. Truly see what you're nibbling on. Play the game of earth. That's what you're here to do. So that in your own way, you can play the game of earth. Choose right or wrong. Choose decision or non-decision. Choose all these things. And then you weigh it out. So, I only can make this choice or that choice. That's wrong. It's not wrong. It's just not as right as it could be. And when you truly right yourself, is the choice does not become a this or that. It becomes the this. And the this is the that everyone has always wanted. What I'm offering to you and warning and heeding you is the world, as you know, trouble, chaos, involve yourself, stand up for something powerful and beautiful. Do that. That is important. Beyond that, get out of that, because more so staying in it becomes less important. What becomes most important is realize that in your choosing to stand with those in rebellion against a system that has always been smashing your freaking head, that's one thing. But there comes a time in everyone's actual 24-hour day that we need to imply ourselves to something that is beyond that. That way we're living the heaven, the beyond that, on earth, that which I am allowing myself to engage, to make a difference by using my my backbone, to take action. Something's coming, and you're not going to like it. That's okay. I won't like it either. But love it. Because it's going to be something very beautiful and powerful. If you allow yourself, after you get pulled into the folly, the drama, and the nonsense of it, might you be that trout that did bite the hook? Sandy hook, trout, hook, sandy, beach. Maybe you might be that trout that shakes so much on the hook that you free yourself. I'm offering the opportunity to not bite the hook in the first place. There's a lot afoot. People are mad at people rioting. Quiet riot. Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock you boys. Let's get wild, wild, wild. And if you think about the album cover of that band, Quiet Riot, there's a mask on the guy. I'm vesseling this. Do you understand? Everything is prophecy. Everything is true. If you believe it to be so. So, that being said, you will always reap what you sow. And I'm warning you. I'm heeding you right now in this moment. But Keith, you don't understand. Do you understand what just happened today? Oh, trust me, I do understand it. And as pretty as you please, it will be a carrot dangling in front of your nose to tease you to something that is not the absolute truth. Play the game, care, compassion yourself, ration yourself, batten down the hatches, because it is required of everyone to understand the other thing that is happening, so we can anchor that and bring it to the earth and to help change the world at last. Just being compassionate for the world sounds like enough, and it is enough, but said in this way, it's not enough to go, oh, my heart goes out. My heart goes out. People are standing up in Minneapolis and willing to die. They're not just offering up their heart, they're offering up their life. We're not going to get into the politics of the terrorism and the crashing and the rioting and the looting. That's actually polluting your spirit and your consciousness with nonsense. It's beyond all that. Things are happening because they're happening. That is exactly the fishing lure that's being thrown to you by the elite. And when I say the elite, I don't mean the people in charge. They're not the people in charge. You're the one in charge that keeps biting on the fishing lure that's so alluring to bite onto. I get it. I played the game, and it's tough. It's gruff. It's It's buff and it's rough. Bite if you have to. Taste it. Realize you have a hook in your mouth. Spit it out. Be the trout, without a doubt. As above, so below, on forever will go, in and out, all around, about. So what I'm offering you, it's going to get tougher, gruffer, rougher. Please, enougher already. It's hard for me to be steady. I'm sorry. It's going to require that from of you. Be mad. No, excuse me. Be pissed off. That's okay. Don't be mad. Don't be pouty. That's ongoingly dowdy. Be pissed. I have something to say, and you say it. And after you say it, whether you say it out loud or not, it's irrelevant. After you say your point about the world and how you feel, trust that you've been heard by the universe. You don't have to keep declaring it or asking for validation from the world. I'm going to keep standing on my soapbox and my box. And I get it. I get that you want to apply every hammer and intention to say, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. But what do we want? I trust that I've been heard. I don't like what's happening in the world. I don't. But I love the new possibility that comes from what's happening in the world. I do. And Spirit says, you're starting to understand that the fishing lure being thrown to you has no hook to it at all. There never was a hook. It's truly your choice to bite or not. Krista says, what's up, Joe? Krista says, be the peace you wish to see in the world. I get it. Krista, what a beautiful expression. Like everyone, I understand. I get razzled and ruffled like everyone. Look, I should do a show that said, what really grinds my gears? I might actually do that. What grinds my gears? Like the Peter Griffin Family Guy story. What really grinds my gears? And I'm just going to lay into it. You can do the same. You can fill this forum with everything that grinds your freaking gears. But here's the thing. Everyone, before we do this, every post you make or in the forum has to say, what grinds my gears? My gears get grind all the time. They do. The law is the law. This is the law. It is so easy. Well, what's the law? It sounds like I have some studying to do because I definitely want to understand the law so I don't fail myself. The law is there is no law. That's the law. Well, Keith, that's exactly. It sounds exactly because we never thought of that being the way before. So until we tread that ground, nothing new can ever happen. Nothing. So the law is there is no law. You get what you give. That's it. Conscious or not, intentful or not only on this immediate reaction of an earth, even people that is popular in the media right now that are dying. So you see, the divine is very smart. My heart hurts like yours when we see black people, white people, people dying for needless reasons. Trust me when I tell you, there is such a greater intelligence working. Hello, Priscilla. There's a greater intelligence working within all things. Nothing is excluded. Nothing is exempt. There is no exception. The divine is working within all things, even those things in the world that we don't like. And until we recognize that, we won't see God in all things. The omnipresent Spirit that is always trying to say, I'm here to help you hear it, that which I'm trying to tell you. So those people in our lives, in any area of life, about anything, is all God saying, do you hear me yet? God is evidence. Joy is evidence of the presence of God. even in those things that hurt. So when we see the joy in those things that hurt, to go, oh, you're trying to tell me something. Pun intended, oh my God, you're trying to tell me something. That this person came to earth not only to live, and people really truly love that man. They all declare he was a good man. He came to earth to live, and he did it. How can that not be beautiful? And he exited being a beautiful man that came to earth and loved people. Changes the whole program, doesn't it? But while you go down there, his contract, while you go down there, you're going to be so selfless in your beautiful life as a beautiful man, everyone will talk about you after you leave. You're going to martyr yourself. You're going to die. That way, you can create a rebellion for the coming of the Christ. To where even in the efforts of those fishermen, the bad people trying to throw you those lures to hook you into nonsense, you will teach a lot of people a lot of things. Are you willing to go down to the earth to do this? I just want to go hang out on the planet for a little while. Do you see that? And until you see that as a possibility, you will always hurt in your heart. It weighs on my heart, but it also simultaneously lifts it. Wow. Selfless, he, she, whoever it is in any level, but right now we're talking about that experience in the world. How selfless this soul made an agreement with forever. This soul made an agreement with the infinite of forever we call God, to say, I'm going to come out down here to do this thing, to be called this name, to live in this place, with the possibility of checking out quick. You may say, well, Keith, that doesn't make sense. That makes the most absolute sense of anything. Nothing in the universe can happen without the God's permission. Nothing in the universe can happen without God's permission. So if God said, it's okay with me, it was preordained. Give or take. For goodness sake, for the love of God, let the love of God fall upon you. It's always been that way. Time to celebrate who you are. You are perfect in every way. And we can't see the perfection and the erection of the backbone and the infection of the heart with love and the detection of the mind that understand what is actually true, right, balanced, good, purposeful, whole, healthy, happy, if we're blind. Hello, Dagny. Going to be right back. Center of light reflection. Miracle or miracle. It's not going to change. The fishing lures are going to get more tempting. So when you find yourself losing composure and spiritual balance because your compassion is too high, I'm not asking you to shut off the world nor yourself from the beauty of it. I'm asking, when push comes to shove it, do you truly know yourself how to be in everything? To play the game to its fullest, to win it. What is win? It doesn't mean above someone else. It means that you finally found yourself in the garden of forever. There is no other way. Sorry. But I love you. I'm always here. You always here. Be right back.
I will be with you always, until the end of time. You will never be alone. I am.
days I've seen places far away. Wondering just when, time and again, I have come to know you. Wondering just when, time and again, you are there beside me. When I create, when I feel love, whenever I feel you with me, I celebrate times of my life. There is only you and me. Help me know
It is my will that you know me. I will not hide my love from you. You create your reality, and every moment by your own perceptions, your judgments, actions. Peace is a state of mind. Bliss is a state of heart. Heaven is a state of being.
deep in my heart, I know you're there. I can always feel you guiding my life to see the light that will lead me to the truth. When I create, when I feel love, whenever I feel you with me, I celebrate times of my life. There is only you and me. For you are my mother,
My soul.
my divine lover. I celebrate times of my life. There is only you and me. Help me live.
Cooker. Not that you're being cooked, but we're talking about things are heating up. We've discussed these on quite a few of the presentations. Welcome back to Center of Light. Good to see you tonight. We're speaking about reflection. Miracle or mirror call. Miracle or a mirror call. You will always see your reflection. Again, I don't use these words idly. I don't. And it's with utmost importance that I share this with you. I use the word warning. It sounds doom and gloom. Okay, doom and gloom makes sense to you. So doom and gloom. But for those who entertain another possibility, it's just loom and bloom. Fabricating, creating, weaving your own life's tapestry to where something beautiful can bloom. Here's your warning. Here's your heed. Here's your loom. Here's your bloom. Things are spinning in such a way. Everyone's kingdom or queendom will manifest. It's happening now. Look in your Facebook feed. You will see who's leaning into what and who's being withdrawn and still posting their food. Truly. I said that in jest. Is that the word just? Who's truly posting their food, their manna, what they're taking in, what they're digesting, assimilating, processing, and regurgitating and or expressing outward. You see it. I'm inviting you to go look at your movement. You're being caught on a hook. Your quirks. Your perks. Look at it. So most people think, and I know you can relate. How do I know? Because we are related. There's only one of us, fragmented into many different expressions. I can relate. We move from where we are to thinking this is happening. That is definitely happening if that's where your focus is. Because there is nothing never not happening. If your focus becomes here, then you realize there's no politician, there is no scientist, there is no this, there's no black man being killed, there's no virus. I understand that we're not there yet. I am not there yet. But I'm definitely walking my foot into the garden of forever. And I'm not as affected by the current of nonsense. I am truly infected by something that makes so much sense to me. Powerfully and beautifully. It simply just says, hey Keith, I've never left you. I'm here. And I'm starting to believe it. Really starting to believe it. Retrieve it. No longer deceiving what I think is reality. There's a principality that we've all known about through biblical scripture and other scripture that supposedly is fighting with dark forces. Don't believe it. That's part of the nonsense. There is no such thing as a spiritual war, except if you buy into the idea that you hear on earth, and there's a battle between dark and light. And in that regard, that is actually true. But it's not the truth. And until we go up the rung of Jacob's ladder, the spiritual ladder, the spiritual ladder, the spiritual ladder, we will never find the gladder of things. We'll find the bladder of things, as if we're always being pissed on. I get it because I get pissed off just like you. I do. But the law doesn't change for anyone. And let me tell you what the law is. And I know this. And I'm learning it and integrating it as many people. Hopefully you're one. The law is nothing is true. That's the truth. Nothing is true. The truth is nothing is true until you make it so. Every day that you lay your head down, every day that you wake your head off of your pillow, the gate for you, for me, for we, gets wider. And the insider truth of it all is, what are you seeing? Are you getting more mad and frustrated by the world? I get it. I hope you're getting pissed off. Don't get mad. Mad, again, to me, means, at least in this way of expressing, mad means, I'm mad. I'm a little spoiled, rotten child, and I'm mad. I don't get my sucker. Well, you're mad because you have been suckered and you know it. Suck on that. How does it taste? Does it taste like a divine teat? The truth does not change for anyone. Will never. Including me. So what I invite you to do is to look. It's not important just to see. I'm going to see. It's important to look. A blind man once said, it does not require physical sight to climb Mount Everest. It requires vision. Hello, Carla Hooley. Hello, I'm going to try to pronounce this. Luza Gray. Hi, Luza. So I'm going to read something before I go into vessel mode from the Divine Principle. I am now selling Lavender Soul CDs $5. $5 plus shipping. From my bestseller, The Divine Principle, tonight we are speaking about Center of Light Reflection. Miracle or mirror call. Spirit says the law of all possibilities, one of my favorites. The universe is a place where miracles are normal occurrences, and all things, even all things have a right to be. What will make everything possible for you is the clarity you find by pursuing God. But if you choose to keep on bearing the burden of doubt, which we have been talking about a lot tonight, the hopelessness that accompanies it will assure that nothing promising will ever come your way. This is exactly what I'm saying. As tough as the world gets, as loud as the world gets, if you keep affirming that this is the truth of how things are and where I am, nothing promising will ever come your way, because we're in doubt mode that as above, so below, on forever it will go, in and out, without a doubt, and all about. This is what's happening to me. We in that moment are biting on the fishing lure, and we can no longer endure a divine parent who should be the most apparent within all of us. We lose sight. We completely lose sight. I'm learning this every day, and I'm telling you again, warning, heed, loom, bloom, gloom, doom, love, push comes to shove, below, above. This is the spin that is what's happening. It is what's happening. So I invite you to look at the world and that which moves you, that which grooves you into a space to say, I want to become a better human being because I don't like what I see in the news media today. Good for you. God damn it. Fucking good for you. Good for you. Good. And as we sit in that energy, good for me. I'm a better human being. I'm noble. Good. Stay in that energy. Listen, check this out. I want to send you something. I want to send you a beautiful, delicious nugget. So sit in that energy. Good for me. I'm a beautiful human being. I care. I'm compassionate. Stay there. Enjoy your beautiful accolade, your award, because you deserve it. Stay there. Guess what the next level that is not only asked of you, but required from you to graduate consciously into that very space, which is, I'm a good human being. I'm compassionate. I'm empathetic. I care. Good. Congratulations. You've stepped up a rung. There's another level, another rung waiting. Do you want that? If your answer is yes, again, acknowledge, I was here. Things are happening now in the world and I care. So I feel better as a human being because in my caring, that makes me feel more of who I am, my essence. Congratulations. So now here you are. So now here's my question. Now what? So it goes beyond simple caring and empathy. So much so that it does not require sympathy from anyone else about any other thing. This is truly about me, truly about you, truly about we. You can be pissed off all you want, but don't be mad. Ongoing pouting is ongoing doubting, and make no mistake about it. In such doubting, you will only be clouding the same knuckleheaded nonsense that you have been trying to release yourself from circumvents. This is not just a spiritual lesson, your spiritual Wesson oil. But that being said, let's lubricate your machine so you understand what spirit means. Here's the dance of the world. Check it out. The question becomes, who is this energy, this entity, this soul, rather, this awareness and or consciousness is the one that is able to experience this dance? Who is that? That is most important, beyond important. It's beyond anything that could possibly ever be important. Who is that? That watches this dance. If you're in consciousness, it becomes a trance. Who is that? That can pull back to not only be in the dance. I'm dancing. Good for you. I'm glad you're dancing. That's lovely. I'm dancing. So now, can you become, which you already are, the person who pulls back so far yet so near and dear to the dance itself, that you become the witness, which is exactly who you are as your true self. That's the gig. It has always been the gig and forever will be. From the divine principle, tonight we're speaking about center of light reflection, miracle or miracle. The law of all possibilities, Spirit says, one of my favorites. The universe is a place where miracles are normal occurrences and all things have a right to be. What will make everything possible for you is the clarity you find by pursuing God. But if you choose to keep bearing the burden of doubt, the hopelessness that accompanies it will assure that nothing will ever come your way. You can live by Spirit's guidance or by human rationale. You can live in trust or live with anxiety and desperation. You can choose universal knowledge or planetary ignorance. You can invite peace and love into your heart or hold anger and fear in your gut. Hello, Trinity Ellie or Trinity L or Kim. I'm trying to read this without my glasses. Blasic. What is a miracle or a miracle? A gift reflected in seeing one's self wholly, as in being a whole, complete individual. A gift reflected in seeing oneself wholly or holy. That would be a mirror call or a miracle. So what is truly being asked of you as a spiritual teacher who loves you beyond measure? It is always my pleasure to be in the treasure of what I am still coming to know as you, me, we, thee, T-H-E-E. See what I mean? What is happening on the outside of you should move you. It requires you to be moved and grooved. And you will truly prove yourself when you find yourself in the chaos. The snow globe that has been shaken so much and everything's just shimmering. You don't know what to do. Everything's just bouncing around. You don't know what to do with all that. And I understand that. But when we step back and let things settle, things become settled. The divine ladle is scooping up the pot of the grat as they say in South Louisiana, the gratin, which we call that which is at the bottom of the pot, the juicy nuggets. Those juicy nuggets are tempting and tantalizing, but they contain a lot of spiritual fat, which will shut down the heart with heart disease. As above, so below, as pretty as you please. It's all the same picture. Hello, Mary. Why, oh, why, oh, why? Try, you try, you try. Cry, you cry, you cry. Die, you die, you die. Why, oh, why, oh, why? Consider yourself dead has been said to you quite often as you nail the final nail in this egoic coffin. But what Spirit wants you to recognize is the ego is not this bad thing, as you have this compassion and this empathy for the world around you. That is no, not where the ego is. The ego is that which you think the ego is that is causing you all this biz to frizz out and freak out thinking you have to kill it. Now we step onto a new stage, to a greater page, as with age you grow gracefully like wine. Or are you whining? Or are you dining on this metaphorical steak and lobster, if you will? That works for you carnivores, for you vegetarians alike. Take it in the gist that is being offered. The more you see the wrong in the world, you will bring up the wrong within yourself. Have compassion and see it rightfully so that you can right the wrong in the world, and rightfully the wrong within you becomes balanced. Very easy, isn't it? Poetically, isn't it, being presented to you? You deserve such poetry, for you are poetry in motion. Provided you are poetic in your devotion with the artist, with the creator, with the poet itself. Do you yet know it yourself? Dear Lord, what is being delivered to you is the Lord itself awakening on the earth. Do you have the girth within your heart to stretch open enough to experience it? The mind will never get you there. You can use logic, reason, balance, discernment, whatever you think it is. Balance of the mind is a great thing, but it will never take you to the presence of God. Ever, 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 ever. You have to die. You have to die. What you know has happened yesterday in the world and the day before and all the riots and all that has to die. See it for what it is. My, oh, my, oh, my. Why, oh, why, oh, why. These are all beautiful postulative, if you will, words, ideas, beseechments, if you will, words, ideas. It's about shutting, take this how you like, shutting the fuck up. Every aspect of you needs to shut up. And until then, you will hear ongoing, incessant noise. Whether you actually know that you're hearing it or not is irrelevant. Your compassion is very relevant until your compassion becomes non-relevant. You've expressed yourself once, twice, thrice, quad, even, odd, Tim, Todd, so forth and so on. Why are you not yet convinced that you have been heard? Is it possible that you are falling into more of the herd mentality? Simple question. In your not believing you have been heard, you keep basically shouting these sound waves, these sound tidal waves to express yourselves in greater capacities, thinking you have not been heard. And these tsunamis, if you will, are wiping out the subtle current, which is more powerful in your current events, in your current affairs. There is a season, a time to believe, a time to sow, a time to heal, a time to grow, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. Love or hate. The garden gate is open so wide, you're either going to step further out or inside of yourself. There is nothing else. There is nothing else. You are being warned. You are being heeded. You are being loved. You are being seeded. The world is going to throw you greater fishing lures. Tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, for the next 7, give or take, years. Blood, sweat, or tears. All of my beautiful dears. No one has any grasp or understanding of what is coming down the pike. Love, hate, disgruntled, or like. None of us know. But I'm telling you, we will have to re-examine what we actually think is divine as we begin and continue to meditate on the enigma of God. The truth or the facade. And the truth of all of that is you are the truth. Congratulations. Congratulations to me. Congratulations to all of us. We are loved so much. We're all going to get exactly what you want. Imagine right now in this moment you can go, oh my God, Keith, are you serious? Yes. 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 You can have exactly what you want. Right now in this moment we can have exactly what we want. Oh my God, that sounds like a beautiful day. Is it? No. To what degree are we conscious? We will get everything we want. That's the warning. That's the heed. That's the love. That is the seed. That is the breath. That is the bleed. I'm asking you to be clear. How many of you have come into my teachings, many other people's teachings, and truly implement this? It may seem tantalizing to you as you end this presentation. And when you go to sleep and tomorrow you go about your day. And look, take this time right now to go in your bathroom and grab that bar of soap. And write it everywhere you can on every mirror in your house. Be conscious. Be aware. Bleed or seed. Just write that. You know what it means. Just bleed or seed. And you find yourself between bleed and seed. And then you realize there's something else. Which is you. I'm not the bleed. I'm not the seed. I'm greater because I am the seed and the bleed. So I'm that which is everything. What is required of any of us to move to the next level for 26,000, give or take, years we've been doing this, to reach May 29th, 2020. And here we are. There's this. There is that. And the greatest this you can ever experience is that. Just know, what you call lean and or fat is coming for you. It knows how to find you. It wants nothing except what you want for yourself. Mind you. In your sight or in your blind you. Get out of the world. See it. Appreciate it. Be the difference. Stand up. Actually, rebel. Don't fall into hell. And don't judge those who do. You can be pissed off. Don't be mad. Be glad. Don't be had. Don't be sad. Be as good as you can be. You understand? You understand. I'm just here as a reminder, a constant reflection that you can be the miracle or the miracle. I love you. It's coming. It's here. There's a great deception afoot. And it's going to take you to use every step and every foot that you use, every foot that you take in your stepping, to be on top of it. It does not budge for anyone. It doesn't change for anyone. Hello, Vicky. This is the way into the garden. You could be upset. When you're done with being upset, the question simply becomes, now what? Go live your purpose. Fire. Vent. The Notre Dame Cathedral that collapsed. City is burning at